How y'all doing, Click World fam, YouTube gang? We at it again. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and like the video. So, by now you would have heard the tragic death of 11-year-old Adrianna Young at a Doubleday Hotel in Tushin, Guyana, has shaken the nation and exposed once again the profound deficit of trust in Guyana's institution, as it is in many other Caribbean islands, as I am a Jamaican native living in the US. On Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, Adrianna Young visited the Doubleday Hotel with her grandmother, Carol Xavier, and other relatives. Between 1 and 1:10 p.m., her grandmother gave her money to purchase the bands required to access the swimming pool. She was last seen near the hotel pool shortly afterwards. Following her disappearance, family members conducted an urgent search and notified the Tushin police station. At approximately 3:30 p.m., her body was discovered floating in the same hotel pool around 10 to 10:30 a.m. the following day, Thursday, April 24th, nearly 20 hours after she was reported missing. The very same pool that was searched countless times, and even from camera and drone views showed that the pool was void of a body the day of her disappearance.
Everybody went in the pool and checked. Normally, you ain't got to check if there's a body in this pool. You could see it because the pool is clear.
Let's delve into the information coming out, which has been released after her autopsy, which was done by at least 2 overseas mortician or autopsy expert, whatever you call them. Here we have a conversation involving a nurse or assistant nurse and a pastor. The pastor recorded the conversation unknowing to her, and somehow it got released.
More inflation, but then we had it was slightly inflated, like somebody, like they can suffocate you, and then when you die, it's like you kind of feel, so your airway becomes constricted, and then limited air and limited anything can go down there. So then they didn't find her long after she was dumped in there, so the water barely get to seep in the lungs. So it's like, instead of it being like a drunk lungs like this, it's like this, right?
Stop. From the top. Remember, I want to your medical terms, right?
See, I just choking, suffocation.
So what got swollen? What got swollen like?
Nothing got the lungs itself. If the water had seeped in through the alveoli and bronchioli, the branches of the lungs, right? Then it would have been more inflated. It would have been more big.
So what you're saying, that if water going to the lungs from drunk, then
it's gonna be a bit more big, and it's gonna be more kind of like.
So that can show up on an X-ray without you doing any actually touching a person. Can show up on a scan.
It can show that it has.
So
it can show that it have water in the lungs as well as the level of water.
The enlargement of the whatsoever we're talking about.
It's gonna show that it enlarged a bit.
So you don't have to actually cut the person to see that inside. Makes sense for us, I understand.
So from when they did it first time, I'm like, this is not right. But so they asked me to observe. I wasn't paid, and when I reached in there, they asked me to. Everybody had to write their name and stuff. But Frank called me like around 10 in the morning, so I wasn't officially gonna go on it, just because he trained, because I told you, like, I do a fucking job for him. So he called me next, like, I can go, and I was like, oh my god. It's like, okay, no problem, I'm gonna go. So when I asked everybody to actually write their name on it, obviously I'm not gonna write my name because I know this shit is shit. They keep passing this stuff around with name, designation, department, things like that, and where you're working at, which if I'm on the ministry or on the GPHC or whatever. So Dr. Caleb, he wrote his name, everybody wrote his name, and it passed wrong up to me. I pretend like I wrote my name, and I passed it wrong back. Everybody wrote his name, and so they asked me what I think. I told them it's more consistent with suffocation. There was like The guy from Mount Sinai, he was like, I agree. The guy from Delaware, he was like, I agree too, because the oxygen, we agree, they actually put her in that pool. So I'm telling them she did not drunk. Then the fucking jackasses gone out there. They called the family, and of course they was saying, okay, everybody come to a conclusion that she died, because this a lot of them was on the phone inside the room, which is you're supposed to turn off your phone. And then they was like, oh, she drowned. At that point, I was ready to go home, because I didn't know how to feel about that. I know the level of victimization is going to come if I see anything. That's why I did not sign my name, because when push comes to shove, you're not going to see Nurse King on that signature on that thing. I wasn't officially appointed to go to that thing. They asked me a favor to come and look over, and I gave my opinion from the pulmonary side, and I gave my opinion. So then when we come out and they said that, it makes me feel as though I am part of the cover-up. I am just as guilty as them. You understand?
So what do you think about your safety? What do you think about your
I did not tell you. It was probably the second person I tell. And of course you're not recording me.
Well, don't tell anybody you told me, please.
No.
I don't want nobody come.
I would never tell anybody. Why would I even tell someone? I would favor to come and look over, and I gave my opinion from the pulmonary side, and I gave my opinion. So then when we come out and they said that, it makes me feel as though I am part of the cover-up. I am just as guilty as them. You understand?
So what do you think about your safety? What do you think about your safety?
I did not tell you. It was probably the second person I tell. And of course you're not recording me.
Well, don't tell anybody you told me, please.
No.
I don't want nobody come.
I would never tell anybody. Why would I even tell someone? I would just feel from this story about this shit. And another thing too, she was sexually molested. Sad to say.
What the fuck? You're serious right now?
She was sexually molested. And it looks as though either she was dragged or whatever they use, it have abrasion, like lots of abrasion, like deep fucking abrasion. When I had my bike accident, I have like a mark behind my leg here, and I had like a lot of abrasion on my leg. It was like that. It felt like that's how it looks. And then it looks as if it's like you take like normal, put in alcohol and I cut it, kind of like discolored it, your skin. Like you have a cut and you throw some alcohol, kind of this. On my first supposedly drunk victory, person got covered on the mudslide and it was under the water, and then when they come out, they had nothing like that. Nothing was consistent with drowned in there. But everything is political. That's why I was so fucking upset. I called Frank and I tell him. I said, I think this time I made up my mind to go to Canada, because I think
the nurse have since changed her story after being arrested. Let me know if I'm the only person who find that suspicious. But listening from the conversation, you'll definitely see that she sounds confident. And she said she was there. It does sound like, you know what I mean? It does sound that way. So let's go into the video.
Somebody reach out to me and send me back the video, so I finally get it back. As me I say. So what you start now, I go play the video at the ending of this, so that you can hear the account and you can draw the conclusion. By the way, it have a graphic, so brace the impact. Check it.
That friggin' child then drunk no way. Cause number one, when the girl come to the hospital, when child body come to the hospital, the police had the forensic people doing work on the girl when the doctor in charge come in to swab the child to see if they touch her in any way sexually or whatever. And they tell the doctor in charge that they can't swap ship because they don't do it, that she can't do the work because they don't do it. When she come in the hospital this morning, all we was talking about the case. Everybody saying how they can't sleep because of what go on, and since the story they can't sleep, whatever. You know, she said that when they see the little child anus, which was her rectum, was relaxed and it was turned out, inside out. She's never seen that before. All them doctors who went there was stating that the child's skin had abrasions. Even the freaking doctor by we there was surgery child body. They got a report all in the freaking records room stating that the child's skin had abrasions on it, bruising. Right? They never take the report from the hospital nor nothing. The police them carry that child away in the Ezekiel van, and nobody was able to go down with her, no doctor nor nobody. Now you're hearing some other scunt. Look, whatever they get, look for them.
Alright, so I show a clip that I saw here on YouTube. I'll do a full coverage of this video concerning the new video evidence coming up. Just know that I saw it here on YouTube. I don't know the validity of this video, but we already know that there's cover up in this story, this situation, this whole ordeal. So this might be valid, it might be true. So I'll make another video. Stay tuned. Remember, subscribe to the channel so when I post, you be one of the first to get it, and like the video. Thanks for watching.
A chilling video is sweeping across TikTok, showing allegedly Adrianna Young being dragged into the pool at the hotel, wrapped in a white sheet. This haunting footage has sparked outrage and questions, pulling us into a case shrouded in mystery and suspicion.